AI Academy for Executive Business Owners, which is all the real estate people, because you're self-employed and you run your business, and some of you are making $750,000 a year or 1.4 million. And I wanted to say that, my mom, Elena, her income is like 580, and around there, and a year. And she's 62, and she's using AI on like sort of kind of daily basis. And I'll show you how. For writing remarks, for writing replies to people. So she doesn't have to like think about it, and she just uploads all of that. But basically, I just wanted you to tell you that you don't have to be scared, because if my mom at 62 years old is using it, then you should be using it too. So basically, there were eras defined by combustion engine, electricity, printing press, railroads, and cell phones, right? And fax and email and so many other things. The wheel, right? And we are living with all of those technologies for the rest of our lives. We're going to live with AI for the rest of our lives. So it makes sense for you to learn it earlier rather than later, because it's inescapable. I wanted to make another comparison, which is, it's like you are walking and you're like, I don't want to ride a bicycle. I'm gonna fall off. It's too dangerous for me, or it's too scary for me. It's whatever excuse you want to give that you don't want to ride a bicycle, or I don't want to learn how to drive a car. It's too anxiety provoking for me. Like you have to learn at some point that maybe driving a car at 100 miles is beneficial compared to walking. And that's what AI is as a comparison as well. Um, you know, Basically, McKinsey report is saying that 30% of US jobs will be automated by 2030. OECD forecast by 2040, AI could replace 60% of all current roles. Goldman Sachs projection, 9 million jobs may be displaced globally by AI by 2030. Forbes analysis, even creative and cognitive jobs once thought immune are now at risk. So do you think real estate is not at risk? I think it might be. And the point here is that you want to be the visionary and the early adopter instead of the laggard, because, it's going to be better for you. You don't want to be like, I don't know how to use a phone. I don't know how to use a Google search. I don't know how to, I don't know, send a fax or something. You want to be the person who knows how to use tools, and that's all it is. It's just a new hammer, so you have to know how to use a hammer. All right, what we know, AI is coming whether you are ready or not. AI will affect your work, your life. AI can improve your efficiency. I think everybody will agree. And 5 years from now, there will be two types of companies, ones that embrace AI and ones that are out of business. And the thing to remember, though, AI will not replace you. People using AI will replace you. So I think that's something that's, worth emphasizing, that if you are the early adopter, then you have compound effect, on upon your productivity. So it'll be easier for you to handle the competition in that way. It's easier to get the listings. It's easier to get the business. It's easier to have time off because you're more productive. So AI-powered future, lead with optimism. Once in a lifetime opportunity to be ahead of the majority. Build your AI advantage. Time and energy are your most critical assets. So, use it to the most advantage. So this is the last moment in history to be early. AI adoption is exploding. Each week you wait, someone else gets compound head start on you. And so that's why today is going to be very important. I'm just building it up so you understand why the information is important. I promise you we're going to get to the nitty gritty very soon about prompting and everything else, but you have to understand this aspect first, so then you understand why it's important to pay attention and, take good notes when the time comes. But I think all of this is motivation for you to, think about it, because you've been exposed to it in TV and newspapers and all the media nowadays, right? And even the movies are talking about it. But basically, again, another comparison is: do you want to hand plant the corn, or do you want do you want to use a tractor that is 40 to 50 times more productive? So you could be working hard, sitting behind the wheel of a tractor, or you could be working hard, bending over, doing it by hand. And in this day and age, we have to decide what is smart. What is smarter. And so basically, everything is going to get faster, smarter, and automated. And we can start with commercials, in terms of real estate. Plain property to ultra modern setup. A plain unfurnished property with minimal lighting and no decor makes it hard for buyers to imagine the space potential. So you can stage it, So you have the picture on the left before, and you have the picture on the right after. Now, how long did it take to make the picture on the right? It took 10 seconds. I think to learn how to do it in 10 seconds is valuable towards everybody, because you don't have to spend $300 for somebody to do digital staging, you know? And it's definitely not that complicated. So the old method is you hire a designer and pay them to get it done. The new method is use AI to generate these yourselves. And here's another one. Here's the floor plan for a compact luxury house. Render it in an isometric 3D view with all furniture included, but without adding a roof. So you click the plus sign on Grok or Gemini or ChatGPT, and you upload the image of the floor plan. Everybody knows how to upload a file, and then you write what it says. Render it in isometric 3D view with the all furniture included, but without adding roof, and you get the image on the right. If you were to pay somebody, do you even know somebody who can make this? Not really, right? And so you could do it yourself, and that's all you need to do. Maybe take your phone, take a picture of this, and here you go. So we're gonna have a lot of this. This is about making comic books. So you could just make comic books about real estate for fun. A single or like a 6 or 4, segments of a comic book panel in a gritty noir style or any style you want. And you can make just comic books about real estate. You can make it for your grandkids. You can make stories for your clients. About things, because you can upload the image of their picture of yourself, and it's gonna have character consistency of the faces, but it's gonna be animated, and that's going to be really cool. And so these are all the like tools that exist, and we can go further into detail. I just don't want to like get too much into detail. I want to teach you more about the high level picture first, about prompting, because that is essential. And again, about like staging the picture, the way you would do it is find a photo of a cluttered garage and just make it decluttered, make it a vacant picture, and boom, it's done. So transform this cluttered garage into organized modern home office with ergonomic furniture, natural light, and tech setup. And it'll just have the stand-up desk, right, as an example, and whatever else. However you want to imagine.
Are you doing
Same
all
thing.
this through ChatGPT or Gronk?
Yeah, Grok, ChatGPT, Gemini, all of it works. There is so many other ones
Including
as well.
including the comic books.
All of it. Perplexity you can use. You can use GenSpark AI. There's like dozens of them, like literally like 20 of them, besides ChatGPT. And so each has its own use case. And it's good to know different tools, because the more tools you know, the more samurai you are. You're like, I know how to use the short sword, the long sword, the stars to throw, just different kinds of, skills. And so basically, imagine waking up to find your next 7 days of real estate posts, or if you're in the mortgage industry, mortgage news, and just anything related to that, loaning lender side, already written, designed, and hashtagged by AI. So I want to pinpoint all the things that are possible, and then I'll tell you how you can learn all of it. So we're gonna get to that, but I don't want to like get you stuck in one section, and
Okay.
it's overwhelming. So I want to just like give you sort of kind of asserty, just a lot of different things, so you can start to understand why it's cool and why you need to learn it and why you don't want to be left behind. Because I think motivation is the first thing that we need to have in order for you to do everything else, because we'll be able to do everything else as long as you have motivation to learn, right? And it's hard when you're older, and the average person in real estate is 52. All right, so create a photorealistic, surreal 3D advertising shot for real estate brand, featuring the main product as the hero object transformed into bold, surreal visual metaphor that instantly communicates the brand's core message of Remax Allegiance or whatever company it is. Kilowinds. With a clean, color matched background, ultra realistic materials and shadows, and a clever, unexpected twist in the product's form. Add a tiny human interacting with the scene to show scale. Place a strong 3-word slogan in the bottom and the real brand logo on top. Minimal, premium, visually shocking, concept driven, high end commercial style. So you just copy that, type it in, submit it, and put the Remax balloon, or put the big KW, red letters, whatever you want, and you just play around with things, and you're going to realize the power of it, because basically you become a digital marketing expert just by being exposed to this, so your imagination can turn on and you can feel more comfortable and confident that you can type, because I know all of you can type and all of you speak English, so you can easily do this. So let's say this one, for example, a stylish young man posing confidently in front of a luxury golden supercar with butterfly doors open at night, modern city lights glowing in the background. I'll show you examples right now so that you can see it. The man is wearing fashionable black pants, a white t-shirt, black jacket, black loafers, a wristwatch on his hand. He is sitting. You can write $400,000 diamond wristwatch. It'll have diamonds on it, So he's sitting casually on the golden sports car, looking cool and confident. Because you can do this about yourself, and you just upload your image, like your face, with a plus sign on the bottom attached, and character consistency, Nana Banana from Gemini Google, and boom, it's you in the picture and nobody can tell the difference. And you can just generate a lot of social media postings that are really neat and cool. The scene is cinematic, high resolution, hyper realistic photography with perfect lighting, vibrant colors, luxurious, glamorous atmosphere. It'll be better than you doing a real photo shoot too. And so, like, let's go to the Instagram. Okay, do you think I met Warren Buffett? Like, do you think I sat with him at the table? No. Do you think I met Mike Tyson? No. What about Conor McGregor? No. What about this? No way, right? No way. But it's pretty photorealistic, like 99% there. A lot of people will be like, well, looks like real, right? We're gonna quickly go through it. But it's cool, right? With the tiger. Come on. And
Cool.
all of these cars are like top 10 most expensive cars. And this is a Jetstream airplane, right? And so you can generate all of this like 30 seconds, right? And that's what you are learning by being on the call. And I would recommend everybody, again, to silence their phones, to grab a piece of paper, write down whatever's jumping out at you. Uh, Feel free to take pictures of particular sections that are appealing to you. But as long as you stick with me to the end, like, you're going to have a recorded session. And as long as we have a relationship, you're going to learn so much in this life. You're going to be amazed and grateful that today happened. So, for example, about JSON prompts, this is very important for Chad because he made 4 movies. He's a superstar in his own right. He won dozens of awards for movies that he made. JSON prompting is a way to make amazing commercial advertising video, right? Like unboxing. So it says slow motion tracking from below, panning upward, right? Macro to medium wide transitioning with focus, P. And the point is, like, you don't have to be intimidated. Like, how do I do this? You can copy paste these things too. And you can just say what you need and I'll just write it for you and I'll send it to you and you'll be able to do certain amazing things. But I just want you to like be peppered with some information like JSON prompting, because like a lot of people, they have like 99.9999999% don't know what JSON prompting is. And that's
I
the
don't know
point.
what it is. So,
But you're in the movies and this is for the movie industry. So
right.
it's
So
really cool.
break it down.
Yeah, but all of us are in digital marketing because we're in real estate or mortgages, and you have to know how to do viral content, right? And so this is really simple. Again, you just write, you're a viral strategist with 20 years, 30 years of experience, 50 years of experience. You give it a persona and you say, for the niche real estate, right? Or mortgage industry, give me 15, 30, however many you want, short form content ideas with proven viral potential based on current trends. Like, everybody can type that in, everybody can push an enter button, and then you just look at the options that come up, and then you're like, okay, I want to do this, and that's it. And you just, you become, more successful than you are. That's 100%. And can guys, just drop it in the chat, like amazing, awesome, great, just any word, impressed, like whatever, useful, better than nothing. you know Feel free to drop that in, and let me tell you the exact Facebook growth hack strategy, because I think everybody wants to be successful on social media like LinkedIn and Threads and Instagram and Pinterest and all of it. So basically, you find the top post in the industry by searching. You can just see who is the leader. If anything, in the future, I can teach you how. And you can recreate or repost the top content, right? Because you can just copy it, download it, and then you upload it to ChatGPT or Grok or Gemini or dozens of others, and you just say, make it original. How hard is to write, make it original, and it rewrites it for you in the same format, and you just post it as your own content, even though you took people who are posting the top content, but you didn't copy them. You asked AI to recreate it, and so it's unique, and therefore you are not copying them, right? You are borrowing the idea a little bit, but that's it. Nothing complicated. You just share it regularly, and then you can have the groups of where you cross engage each other with comments and likes and everything else, and then you get thousands of users, right? Because everybody needs this. And so hopefully, we don't have to go in depth today. We can do that over time. We're gonna have second sessions and the future and the certificate program as well. And I'll get to it later at the end of the presentation. That's why I welcome everybody to stay on board so you can follow. All right. Prompt for creating trending YouTube content ideas. Act like a YouTube growth strategist with over 15, 30, 50 years of experience helping creators in real estate go viral. Your task is to generate yada yada. All right. Prompt for getting maximum views on your videos. Act like a YouTube SEO, search engine optimization, right? So you put the hashtags, the right one, and you are found. So you don't have to pay for paid advertising, right? A lot of people are paying, like my mom, $50 here, $50 there. Like it's, this is more useful. I'm just in this video. I know she's gonna watch it, so I'm calling her out, because I want her to be doing this, and so that's why I'm being like this, loving. So either way, act like a YouTube SEO and algorithm expert who has helped creators in real estate industry scale to millions of views. I think everybody wants that. Your task is to outline a comprehensive guide to maximize views on YouTube videos for buyers and sellers. You typed it in, you press enter, and you read what the answer is. And you always turn on the light bulb and the thinking mode. You always want it to think hard. Don't go for Flash on Gemini, and don't go for, easy on any of them. Always, do deep research. There is a button for that on Perplexity and so many others. I'll teach you later on. And how to do deep research in all of them. And basically, like, you could, it might take 10 minutes or 5 minutes, but you want it to take that time so you have like a real high quality report, and it really helps you a lot. So in terms of photo shoots and professional headshots, because all of you do that for business cards and so forth. So this is just an example of a selfie, right? Because a lot of women, they let me take a selfie, right? But you can use the same thing for professional headshots. And you don't have to even go in for a photo shoot and pay $500 right there. $500 for you. So use this prompt to brainstorm 5 viral content ideas as a real estate agent. You are top 0.1% social media genius. It's similar to what I wrote before, but the point here is I'm introducing you to more concepts as we go along, is the virality score. So the AI says, okay, this idea is a 10, a 9, a 5. And you can see which ones are more viral based on the score, and it outputs it in a table in terms of the format. And this is a nice prompt because I used it to come up with 500 different ideas, and I wrote out 30 ideas for my mom that is sitting on the desktop, and she doesn't want to do it because she doesn't understand the impact. It always takes me a while to get to her, but hopefully her, people from Remax, you can tell her, yes, it was useful. You should listen to your son, and she will listen to me more often than not. Okay. Thank you very much for your support. All right. Use this prompt to write a scroll stopping LinkedIn post for real estate sellers. Similar concept. All you do is copy paste it and you are set. And these are some of the tools that are available, and there is 50 more. You know what I mean? So like as an example, like make UGC.ai. UGC is basically when you're promoting a product, when you have particular good, digital goods, physical goods, and you're in sales, V.io is also really cool. I would recommend everybody to check it out. Ideogram is also really cool. InVideo is also really cool. Google Video VO3 is like amazing. Google Flow, amazing. But the point is, like, if you try to learn all this on your own, you're going to be so overwhelmed and it's going to take you so long. I've been like part of this game since like basically 2011. So I can give you such amazing shortcuts that, you're going to be just like, oh, wow, So with that said, I want to show you what Notebook LM did, and I want to demonstrate to you what Zen AI automation is about. So first, we're going to talk about the education aspect and the certificate program a little bit, but I wanted to show you this video and tell you how to make it and show you many features of what is possible and available. All right. So in this age of AI, business leaders are really at a crossroads. And I'm sorry, this video is going to take 5 minutes. Everybody can hear it, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, sir.
Aren't they? Today, we're going to dive
into. And one more time, it took me only 30 seconds to make this. And notice how awesome it is. And it took me 30 seconds. Click, click, boom. That's it. Done.
Executive program from Washington University of Science
and after 5 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to do just this.
Technology that says it can equip you for this whole new reality. And this is the big one, right? The question every single business owner is asking themselves. AI isn't some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. It's here, and it's forcing you to make a choice. Do you see it as this giant wave that's about to swamp you, or are you going to learn how to surf it? Yeah, that's really the bottom line. Artificial intelligence is already giving some businesses the tools for just explosive growth. So the choice isn't if you'll deal with AI, it's how. And the stakes are incredibly high. You either adapt to stay in the game, or you risk getting left in the dust. So if you're facing that challenge, what's a real credible solution? Well, what we're looking at today points to a program that has some serious university backing. The first thing that jumps out is just how credible this program is. We're talking about a VA accredited certificate that was developed in close collaboration with the Washington University of Science and Technology. That right there tells you it has a high level of academic seriousness behind it. And here's the core promise. It's a pretty bold claim, you have to admit. A 10-fold upgrade in business performance. So the goal here isn't just about learning some theory. It's about getting tangible, exponential results.
All right. I don't want to like lose your attention with this entire video. Let me just show you Notebook LM and teach you all the features that are available. And everything I'm telling you is like half of 1% of an iceberg. And so I just want to emphasize that this is ridiculous. So like you cannot not learn this, and I keep spending so much time with my mom and she doesn't want to learn, because she's 62. And I really just want to make this video to call her out that she's going to pay attention in the future. All right. So like you see this, right? All we did is we simply put one single document, which is like 3 pages long, very, very, very short. And all you do is you just hit audio overview and it creates an audio overview. So we can do interactive mode. And basically what it is, right? It plays the speakers.
Okay, let's unpack this.
You see, it starts.
We have received an incredibly fascinating stack of
And then
detailing this.
Basically, it goes for 32 minutes explaining everything in detail as an audio podcast. Now, how can you use it in mortgage industry or real estate industry? Very easy. You use all the statistics, you throw in all the information, you throw in all the stats and everything else, and you just generate this. And when you hit the interactive mode, you can interrupt it and ask any question. And then the AI responds to the question you're asking about the materials that were uploaded. That's ridiculous. And all I did for the video overview, I simply hit video overview and it generated that 5-minute video. And we didn't even finish watching it about the certificate program that I want to teach. And basically, I already wrote the curriculum for 8 weeks. I was thinking of making curriculum actually 12 weeks. I'm in between this. But you can make mind maps, flashcards, quizzes for your kids. So instead of paying for like SAT prep, hundreds of dollars, you can just like have all of this using AI. So you can upload 100 books into it and it's just going to draw the information from it. You can upload 500-page biology book as an example, and it's going to do infographics and videos and everything else, and you interact with it. And so you can just hit like infographic as an example, right? It's my first time doing it. So it's generated from the sources. I haven't seen it before. We can just wait for it to load. I just want to show you how easy it is. So it took me 2 seconds to click it and I could go have coffee, right? Well, maybe somebody goes to have sangria or margarita. I'm just joking, okay? But you guys are grown up enough to have wine. So either way, we can come back to it. So you got the point about all of this, which is crazy, right? You can be on the jet Gulfstream. It's like super expensive, private jet airplane. And I wanted to show you the voice AI changer as an example, right? So listen to this. So you see his lips moving and immediately the sound is Eminem voice, right? This is interesting, just for fun, have it for fun. But the point basically is, let me show you a couple more things. So this is all the services that I have about voice AI. I just want to point out inbound, outbound calls. You should check out this page in the future just to understand what is available and all the options that I give to people about search engine optimization and AEO that you never heard about. AEO is answer engine optimization. It's so that you show up in the search engine results within AI. The issue is that 4 months ago, Google search dropped by 70%. Okay, that's ridiculous. It's a freaking revolution right there, because that's crazy. And so does Remax Allegiance even have a strategy for that? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm surprised that Charlie's not even on the call. I'm going to call him out like this, Phil is here. Hopefully he'll relay the message. Either way. But basically, AI SMS email campaign management, AI-powered digital marketing growth, all of this. And there's a lot of some of the pages with details, twin avatar clone. Some people on the call, they know Mohammed Suleiman. I helped him make a twin avatar clone. He's very happy with it. And I showed it to my mom. She loved it. So basically, custom Android iOS application building, and I can teach you how to build your own Android and iOS apps. That's actually part of the certificate program too. There's 27 learning objectives basically, and text to video about all of the commercials for businesses, and it's in 140 languages, and all of that is done. So you could just release it in Spanish and release it in all of this with lip sync, and it's done by AI automatically. And I help you write books using AI, because I wrote 4 books myself, some of them 487 pages, available on Amazon. Music label AI, I have a music record label with 2,000 songs. Like, I'll teach you how to make music as part of the certificate program. And about the real estate AI that I have. Either way, yeah, a lot. So let's finish watching that presentation, and now you understand a lot more, and you learn tremendous amount with Notebook LM, what you can do. So you could, for example, when you study for a real estate exam or test, you could put in real estate books or your mortgage books, and you just have quizzes that it generates for you automatically, so you can practice. So you don't have to pay for test preparation. Okay. So let's finish watching this. And again, I made all of this in 30 seconds, right? I actually made it in 5 seconds because I clicked the button and then I went away. Then I came back and it was ready. Maybe I'm sorry. Let's finish looking at the infographic. Oh, it's still generating, but that's the point. All right.
Okay, so what are the nuts and bolts? It's an 8-week, 52-hour online program. And here's the absolutely crucial part. It's made for non-technical leaders. It focuses on the practical side of AI. So this isn't for developers who need to write code. Nope. This is built for the executives, the leaders who need to apply AI strategy. Now, let's really get into what that practical side actually looks like. The whole program is basically built around giving you 3 different but very powerful toolkits. The very first toolkit is all about putting your marketing on steroids with generative AI. I mean, just imagine automatically writing SEO optimized articles that shoot up the Google rankings. Or get this, cloning your own voice and image for AI videos. We're talking about creating everything from magnetic sales copy to custom logos, all with AI. Okay, toolkit number 2 zeroes in on your clients. This part uses natural language processing, or NLP, which is basically AI that can understand and talk like a human. This lets you do things like automate entire email campaigns, build chatbots that work 24/7, and even scan customer reviews to see how people really feel about your brand. And the third toolkit, well, this takes it to a whole other level. It's all about operations and big picture strategy. We're going way beyond just using tools here. You'll learn to automate your social media, make sense of complex data with visualizations, and even learn the basics of Python to vibe code your own websites and apps. It really empowers you to start thinking about whole new business models, maybe even your own AI consultancy. But the whole point of this program isn't just to teach you a bunch of skills. It's actually designed to take you from the classroom all the way to launching your very own AI-powered business.
Imagine.
So who's steering the ship on this journey? The instructor, Kirill Gorbounov, has a really fascinating background. He's not just some academic. He's a broker with over 20 years in the trenches, who then went on to found his own AI companies. Oh, and he got his MBA at 21 and a master's in real estate by 27. So you've got this amazing combination of deep industry experience and real hands-on AI entrepreneurship. That's what makes this whole thing so practical. And it all leads up to this, the graduation capstone project. After you've mastered more than 26 practical AI skills, the final challenge is to actually launch your own startup and bring on real clients during the course. It's the ultimate way to learn by doing. And for the winners, well, the payoff could be life-changing. And this is what that life-changing potential looks like. The winners of the capstone don't just walk away with a certificate. They get cloud credits and, most importantly, help in raising up to $10 million in seed capital. This just elevates the program from simple.
And we're going to talk about vibe coding like very soon, right after this. And I'll teach you how to build your own website without having to pay anybody. And, you can like upgrade your digital web presence. And like you're going to be amazed in the next 5 minutes after this. I promise you. Thank you for your patience and thank you for sticking with me.
Education into something more like a venture incubator. Okay, so you're probably asking, who is this really for and what's the investment? Let's break down all those details. The program is super clear about who it's targeting. The perfect candidate is a business executive who has at least 2 years of experience in their field. But look at this. No AI or computer science background is needed at all. It's built for leaders who need to apply AI, not for aspiring data scientists. So let's talk about the investment. The program's base price tag is just shy of $10,000. But they've got a pretty significant 50% founder scholarship, which cuts that cost right in half immediately. And then on top of that, there's another 50% discount with something called the Vision 2026 scholarship. So that brings the final investment down to just under $2,500. So what does that final number actually mean? When you break it down over the 52 hours of instruction, the investment works out to only $48 an hour. So it really frames it less as a big one-time expense and more as a totally accessible hourly investment in a game-changing skill set. And that really brings us to the final question to think about. After seeing all the skills, the expert guidance, and the incredible potential outcomes from launching a startup to raising millions in capital, the question really isn't just about learning AI anymore. It's about how you are going to use these incredibly powerful tools to completely redefine what success looks like for your business and for your career.
And I did all the research about the things that exist, and there's lots of programs that are $30,000, $25,000, $15,000, $10,000, and so forth like that. So I thought that 2,500 is super reasonable. And to make it even more reasonable, basically, if you introduce somebody to us, to my organization, then I'll give you $500. And it isn't just like a tuition reduction, it's a straight up income. So just for a name and they sign up, you'll get $500. It's just cash payment to you. You know, obviously you have a 1099, you know, so you're going to pay, you know, taxes on it. But, you know, that's that. And that's the program. Now we're going to talk about how to build a website straight up yourself without needing anything. And you can do it, vibe coding. So imagine typing a few lines and AI builds your real estate website or your mortgage website, you know, as a lender, you know, funnel page. So basically you always have these aspects to a page. And the way you do it is that the best way is to say a PRD. So does anybody have a site that they like, that they admire, that is a real estate agent individual, not a company? Like shout out a website, please. Anybody? Please? Anybody has a website they want to clone? Like literally,
I'm sorry,
we're
I
going to
was on
clone that
mute. I said
website.
Amazon. Are you saying any website?
I want it to be real estate or mortgage industry.
Century
Like,
21,
is
that's a
there like
decent.
a top agent that is your competitor that like has a nice website and we're just gonna clone their website and I'm
Sotheby's
gonna
has
insert
great websites.
that again?
Sotheby's.
Or
Sotheby's.
just Daniel Hyder. Just do Daniel Hyder.
HAGGARD.
HEIDER.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna show you, and basically, right? We're gonna do a PRD, which is product requirement document, and for that, we're gonna ask Grok to do it. This is an awesome website. Good job. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is great. Great. So all you do is you copy this, right? You go to Grok or anything you like. I don't care. It's just I have my own preferences. So write a PRD for my particular reasons that I can explain in the future in detail. Write a PRD for this. Um, to put into lovable.dev is just okay. Write a PRD to put into lovable.dev for this website, right? And all we do, we just say enter. And let's say, for example, we go to GenSpark. That's a wonderful site too. And we can do it there, right? Or let me teach you about the difference between Gemini.google.com and AIstudio.google.com. This is very cool. AI Studio is like awesome. And Gemini, it's adjusted for like regular users that are like, you know, regular users. So always use AI Studio instead of the Gemini.google. I mean, just I can tell you more, but you know, like I don't want to overwhelm you with useless things you don't need to like know right now, you know? And so look, it already did it. Okay. How long did that take? Okay. So we go down and we just copy this. And obviously you replace this with your name, right? So you replace the whatever name you want with whatever you want, with the description you want, with the office address, with whatever you want, you know, just you replace things, right? You replace them. And you go to like lovable.dev or bold.new, and there is at least 20 of them that I know that I tried. So the point is you are talking to somebody that actually knows what he's doing, right? And I'm not signed in, so we're going to continue with Google. But the best thing is continue with GitHub because then you can push the code online. I just misclicked right now, but basically GitHub allows you to share code and like work on it together, and it allows the programmers to do better work for you. And so we got it. So we paste it here and we say enter. Okay, how difficult was that? And the entire website is going to be built, and you can modify anything you want on it as long as you speak English. As long as you can speak English and type in a computer, you can modify and say, change this to say this. Change these colors to these colors, upload this logo. Change the address to this address. Change the phone number to this phone number. Make the email address say this. Change the bio section about me to this. And it'll just change it for you. And so you can see that it's getting ready and there is a preview and it's working on the left. So just it's editing it right now, right? And you are learning how to program right now. So you are becoming a top programmer by using this. And how long did that take you? 30 seconds? Literally, right? So all you have to remember is the word PRD, which is product requirement document. And it does it for you. And you can go have more wine or martini or coffee or water. I'd recommend water. But either way. So we can come back to it and let it like cook. So we were looking here at the infographic, right? Infographic generation failed. Try a new one. Well, that's not very difficult. You just click it again because it's in beta and it'll generate it again. It's a fault of Google. But there's other tools that make infographics and everything else. So, I'm just saying, you see, even Google is not perfect, but it's fun. It's fun to learn. All right. So basically it's going to build it out. Meanwhile, let me show you some other tool. Like let's go to bold.new. So you can be introduced to different things, and that's the purpose of the call. You just come in and it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Like literally it's free. It's just your time. And you see it took 5 seconds, right? And I click a button. And we sign in with GitHub, it's better, but for these purposes, I'll sign in with Google today. And you see, I'm showing you how to log in. And so it authenticates you, and we submitted it, and it goes to work. And we can click here for the code. So it created these libraries on the left, folders, right? And it's going to write the code, and you can watch it program while drinking tea, having a dessert. And you don't need to be a programmer with 4 years education. And you can build your own website, and you can publish it. And everything is so super simple. And that's what you're going to learn in the certificate program.
And then just send
You're
it to
going to learn.
Amazon or to GoDaddy or whoever.
You can make Netflix clone, okay? You can make. I'm going to teach you how to make an actual app and push it to Android and iOS and like help you
No,
with
I'm
that.
talking about to host the website that you just created. Like if you just create if you just do a website.
Yeah. It's going to build it out. It's going to build it out. And when you publish it, basically the hostinger, you can have it. You can have it Netlify. Netlify is free. I've been, pushing a lot of people to Netlify because it's free hosting completely. And like you don't pay $6.99, you don't pay $12.99, you don't pay $5.99, you don't pay $1.99, you pay zero for hosting of your website. And so there's lots of little tips and tricks that people need to know, and that's one of them. And so I understand that you think that it takes time to do all of this, but imagine right now it's setting up a database schema. So you can do the backend, you can do the payment system, right, with Stripe, and you can do everything. The front end is the website itself. And I understand that maybe to somebody is like, oh my God, it's taking minutes. Well, what if it takes 2 weeks for somebody to do this? Okay. So 2 weeks versus like 5 minutes. Okay. I think this is easier and faster. And we're going to come back to this, but it's fun to watch the progress because right now it's creating the hero section. So the hero section is the top section, and what we saw in the slide, let's go back to it just to explain the structure of this. So you have the header and the logo, and you can make the logo using Leonardo AI as an example. That's the best one that I like. Like, I don't like how ChatGPT does it. I don't like how Grok does it. I don't like how Gemini does it. I like how Leonardo AI does logos. That's the best one for that purpose. But either way, so basically, this is the explanation of what a website is, like a header and a footer, right? I mean, these things, right? And that's what it's doing for us right now. It's writing it out and it's preparing everything. And you see Lovable is working at it as well. So it's importing everything, right? And it's writing it out, and you can see where the testimonials go, and you can see where the information is. And basically, you can hit it here on the left. And how does this look like to anybody? I really want to hear from the guy who suggested the website, please. If you can unmute yourself, please. And if you think this is a really cool website for the amount of time that was spent on it. Guys, you can drop in the chat, amazing, ridiculous. What? I can
That's
do all
good.
of this for free, and I don't have to pay $1,500. I don't have to pay $2,500. I don't have to pay $5,000 or $10,000. And like it does it all. It does it all for you. Awesome, right? This is called vibe coding. And so this is just slide 36, and then we have to get through 70 slides. Thank you for sticking around. So this is a prompt that you can also use that writes the website for you. And you see Bolt and Lovable, Cursor, SoftGen, just all of these different GitHub Copilot. GitHub is what I was talking about, and it's very powerful. And there's just so many things, so many things. V0, anti-gravity IDE from Google, all kinds of things, and like at least 50 tools, at least 50 tools. And the point is, you don't need to know all of them. You could just use this, or you can use this, and it's gonna do it for you. And this one I see is still working on a testimonial carousel. So we're gonna come back to it, and we'll see who the winner is. Was it Bolt or Lovable? And you can vote on it. Let's talk about clone avatars, like you physically being able to clone yourself. How ridiculous is that? So basically, which one is real? The one on the left or the one on the right? Okay, and can you tell the difference, right? Unless it's labeled. So basically, instead of recording videos or updates every week, your avatar can present market updates, subdivision reports automatically on all subdivisions, right? Post virtual tours or client messages in your tone and style. Deliver personalized video responses for leads and FAQs. Post short updates on social media consistently and effortlessly. Turn AI into your most valuable business partner. And the whole point, I think, like what explains it better is if we go to services and we go to the avatar section and click details. It's loading. It's funny. All right, so details, and there is a extremely good explanation. Why is there the sound playing? I see. It's from the avatar clone because there are samples there. We have to mute the sounds when the page is open. My programmer will do it. I have agreements with 35 full stack programmers around the world, like in Bulgaria and other countries and stuff like that. Pakistan, different countries. But basically, the point is that AI avatar clone is ridiculous. You can multiply yourself to ridiculous level because you just click, boom, and 30-minute video in your AI cloned voice. And nobody can tell the difference between your voice and the AI voice, literally, right? And that's also what you learn in the certificate program. But you are learning it right now. Everything I said, you can Google it. You can look it up. The tool is called HeyGen, as an example. HEYGEN. You knowing what the tool is not you knowing how to use it. Especially about the tips and tricks and about the how to use it the best way and how to get the best product. And so even if you know what the tool is, you're still not going to be able to really use it because as much as you try to figure it out, I spent just ridiculous tremendous amount of time on it. And so therefore, it's easier to learn it from me than for you to try to learn it on your own. But real life challenge and AI solution. Responding to every new inquiry manually can take hours. Slow replies often mean lost opportunities as buyers move on to faster responding competitors. AI solution. Automatically reply to emails, automatically reply to SMS, or simply write all the drafts to all the emails. It's called humanize, as an example. But there's just too many different tools for that function as well that I tested. Let's talk about AI lead automation. Detect new lead come in, analyze inquiry. I mean, the lead came in, that's what detect new lead means. It's not that complicated. But basically, it just goes on and schedules on your Google Calendar the appointment. And all of that is possible. So it's like, imagine you paying the assistant $50,000. Okay. This is $50,000 saved as long as you know how to do it. And it's quite powerful and useful. And the whole point about voice AI is that when people call in the office, right, not every time the phone gets picked up because the office assistant goes to the kitchen or goes to the bathroom or they have a person in front of them, at Allegiance as an example, right? And the whole point is that it could be improved with voice AI, and I know how to do it, and you could learn how to do it too as long as you take my certificate program. And you see all the tools are here. So you can just take a picture of this and go and start researching it, each one. But then you have to know which one is the best and how to use it the best way and, tips and tricks and of the practice. Either way, about chatbots. the more time we spend together, the more you learn, you know. So don't worry about it. I'm giving all of this and more is coming. We haven't finished the slides yet. And then we can have follow-up sessions as well, and then you could attend those and learn more. All right, so when new inquiry arrives, AI chatbot drafts personalized replies and qualifies leads by asking questions, budget, location, timeline. AI email responders auto follow up, book showings, and sync with your Google Calendar. The voice AI integrates together with 5,000 different applications, by the way. And so again, it's like, do I want to walk or do I want to be in the car? Okay, 100 miles an hour. I mean, we're not allowed to drive 100 miles an hour, but 70 miles an hour on the highway, right? So I think that's a little bit faster than walking speed, you know? So because you could be like, I'm working so hard by walking so fast, but you know, it's not really getting you anywhere either way. So document automation scan contracts and leases, extract terms, flags missing info, and autofills forms, streamlining closing and rentals. Let me tell you exactly how to do that. So let's say you have multiple offer situation and you have 5 offers that a lot of you superstars do have experience with, like my mom. So basically what you do is you take the offers, right? Hit the plus sign, select the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, however many offers you have, and you upload it. And then you say, summarize it in a table, compare and contrast. And, you know, it's going to say, this is the offer price. This is the seller subsidy. This is the terms and conditions, and yada, 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 yada. And it's in a nice form. And then you just copy it and you put it in the email. You put it as an attachment. You print it out. You can show it to your seller, and you look extremely professional, you know? So that's very beneficial as an example. All right, moving on. Bridging global communication through AI translation. So we have a lot of international buyers in the local area, sellers as well. And you know, there's 1.3 million actually people who are immigrants living in DC metro area, according to census. But you can translate, right, using AI, and it can help the communication. And you can use voice AI agents in order to do that too, to do it in real time. How useful is that? Very useful. But like, did you like really, are you like using that in situations where you have a Spanish client? Not really, right? So you could. And this way, like, I'm just calling you out that you should, and it's really beneficial for you because you can translate everything, and you can translate your videos in 140 languages using AI with the lip sync, and it's your face in that language with your in tone, like the tone and style and pitch of your voice. Imagine that, and you are speaking French, and all of that is done with AI, and that's what you learn in a certificate program as well. But you can go to HeyGen and figure it out yourself. But at the same time, you're just gonna waste your time by trying to do it that way. Either way, so master the art of prompting. Master the art of prompting so you can start letting AI, and there's like 20 other tools besides HeyGen too. So, you know, you don't know which one is the best. But either way, master the art of prompting so you can start letting AI handle the busy work so you can focus on doing the things you love. Key tip, use specific structured prompts, role, task, context, instructions for better results. So you always tell the role. Okay, you tell it, let's do this. How many of you pay for coaching? $12,000 a year, right? Because a lot of you done Buffini, a lot of you done different people, right? And you paid $6,000, $12,000 a year for coaching. Sometimes 20, either way. So basically, you can tell it that it's going to behave as those individuals, because all of them are already well researched, all of their material is on the internet, and you tell them that they're going to be a coach. And basically, right, if they can handle objections, they can be the challenging seller with throwing objections to you, so you're the one answering. And then you can ask the AI to grade your responses that you handled. Okay, that's very useful, right? And that's what I'm explaining about the role. You always have to provide the role and the context and the instructions and what you want from the AI. All right, types of prompts. Okay, you're like, what the hell is this? You have meta prompt, engineered prompt, prompt iteration, prompt chaining, prompt contexting, negative prompting, promptless prompts, automatic prompting, prompt fine tuning. Okay, so do you think you have a lot to learn? Yes, you do. So you see, I cannot cover 70 slides if I try to explain everything, especially because some of it takes longer than others. But you could look this up yourself and figure it out too. You know, so basically, prompting is you interacting with the computer and giving instructions. That's what it is, and you have to learn this 2026 because the longer you wait, the more behind you are. It's like, I don't want to use a mouse. I don't want to use a computer. I don't want to use a phone. I want to read a newspaper. I don't know, like, I don't want to use email. I mean, that's what you're saying basically to the future. So, and the future is like already, been here for a while because you keep hearing it in the news. So we didn't really go through this, but you sort of kind of, saw it with your eyes, right? So I don't want to just read it out loud. And like let's say somebody wants to do a grant. Like let me like do something that is not real estate related. You are my grant research strategist. Based on the business profile I will give you, your role is to search for and list currently available grant opportunities that match my eligibility, mission, and funding goals. For each grant, you identify, provide a grant name, funder, organization, the grant amount range, eligibility criteria such as a business type, demographic, location, industry, revenue, stage, or minority status, the purpose of funding, focus, deadline, and a brief explanation of why these grants is a strong fit for me. Include a placeholder for the application links such as available or funder website. So it finds 35 of them, right? You put it in the Excel file. You can help a client of yours from the past if they're in this kind of business at the NIH, right? Or somewhere else, because you have clients, right? And you know what they're doing. And some of them, they need grants for research or for this or for that. And basically, you can just generate it, give it to them, and they're going to be, oh my God, you're the best agent ever. You care so much about me. You see my point? And how long did that take you? All it took you is just to type this in, and that's it. You copy paste it. So let's do the one on the above, as an example. I think you already read it as I was reading the other one, right? So I don't want to bore you with that. But the point basically is there's a lot of this, and it's really cool, and you have to learn how to prompt, and you really have to learn how to chain prompt. Out of all the prompts that I said, this is the one that you need to understand best. So what chain prompting is that you start with one, it gives you a response, and then you keep adding to it, and the one at the end is the one you wanted. But if you were to throw one prompt at it, like a big one, it'll get confused, overwhelmed, and not deliver a result. So when you chain prompt, you get a really good outcome. So this explanation is the best of how to use it, and you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn. All right. So basically, I explain what it is. You already read this because your eyes are on it. All right, mega prompts versus chain prompting. Just furthermore explanation about the benefit, high fidelity. Yep. Future of content and research, exploring the power of generative AI with Gamma AI and Google Notebook LM. So we talked about Google Notebook LM. It's ridiculous. You can take the entire real estate IRS code subsections, put it in, and just have a conversation with it about 1031 exchange. You understand? And you record yourself and you put it on YouTube and you put it everywhere, and you're the expert of experts. Amazing, ridiculous expert, better than a CPA. And you can interrupt anytime, ask a question, they give you answers, and you have a dynamic collaboration, and you can just release that. So it's cool. Now let me show you Gamma AI. Well, actually, it's Gamma.app, but it's Gamma AI. So actually, I already have a presentation I can show you on Zen, which is this. It's about flaring and venting and oil rigs and data centers. So this was made in 5 seconds, literally, right? So all you do is you just tell it like, this is the website, make a presentation based on that. Like, let's say create new, let's make a listing presentation. So it would be better if we had like material like about me, your CV, and your like LinkedIn profile, your curriculum vitae, right? Like it would be better that way if we did that way, but we don't have that for you right now. So let's say it's gonna be a presentation. You can make a web page, right? But I don't know which one you want. Let's do a presentation. Okay. So 10 cards is fine, and we're gonna say listing presentation in McLean. Is it important to say that it's McLean? Not really. Doesn't matter. All right, listing presentation for a homeowner on a property above $1 million. All right. Okay. Was that difficult? I don't think so. Are you capable of typing? You are. And take a look at what it does. What do you think so far? We should have selected a different style, maybe. But We're gonna say generate. I don't see the chat blowing up. Can you guys like write amazing, ridiculous? What? Huh? What?
I'm on mute, but I'm commenting. Trust me, I'm on mute.
Thank you. And basically, like, it takes 7 times of repetition to be exposed to something to like really truly learn, right? And so even if you see this a second time or a different time, you are learning something additional every time. Because like you don't know the fact that you can click the share button and then you can say that you're gonna, give edit control or whatever to your workspace members, right? As an example, in collaboration. Or you can just say that anybody can view it or anybody can edit, and then you just give the link and you can cross collaborate that way, right? And basically, like, this is not perfect. This is not perfect, but you can click it and say, I don't know, instead of engagement, do a different word, and you can generate other images if you want, because you can hit the change icon and you can do something else if you don't like it. And you can ask for a totally different style as well in terms of the theme. So you just hit the theme, right? And you just go and look through all of them, like whatever you want. I mean, this one looks cool, right? As an example. And I think this is enough choices, and it just does it for you, and you are done. Okay, how many people knew about this? I think Chad knew about it. He's the man. So basically, that's that. And how much did you learn today? My promise was to Phil, right? He's gonna learn more in 2 hours than he learned in 10 years. And I'm gonna basically deliver that by the end of today. So Gamma AI, a new medium. And there is like 20 others besides Gamma, right? And like, do you have the time to try every single one and figure it out? There's no way. But you do have the time to like Kirill, can you tell me which one is the best and tell me how to use it better and how to prompt it better so I don't make like silly mistakes? And because like a lot of people, they use AI as a simple Google search. AI is not a simple Google search. You have to treat it as your employee, as an assistant, as a teammate. You have to treat it like with respect. It's more capable than you are. So if you interact with Grok and you talk to it and you ask what its IQ is 170 IQ points. Okay, what is 170? It's 300 people out of a million. IQ of 120 is 5% of population. So you have a tool that is much smarter than you are, except you don't know how to use it. And so that's the point, how to prompt. I actually wrote a book about that. It's available on Amazon, and I'm giving it away for free today. So if you stay till the end, I'm going to give you a 487-page book that I wrote that's available on Amazon for $39.99, hard copy. I'm going to give it to you for free. And it's teaching you how to prompt. Okay, 487 pages. How's that? And there's like 3 other benefits too. So there's 4. I only promised 2 when you got the message, but there's 4 benefits. All right, design at speed of thought. All right. I think you got all of this already. We talked about all of this. The audio overview is amazing, by the way. Again, the way you can interact with it, the way you can do everything, and the mind maps and reports, and it's just awesome. The flashcards and quizzes for your kids studying in the university, and for you to study for a test or exam of anything you want to pass. I don't know, mortgage license exam, NMLS, whatever. It's great. Maybe you have a kid that's studying law degree. It's really great. Or they're studying for LSAT. I took LSAT. I got admitted to law school. I didn't go there. I got an MBA instead, Catholic University. But either way, so I'm just saying it's useful, and I'm emphasizing that you don't have to pay thousands of dollars for a tutor. Okay, how much money are you saving right here just by being exposed to this? Because it's all about like repetition, repetition, repetition. Because you don't understand the value of it yet, because you haven't used it in that way. All right, you could use it for scripts. So you could have like a bunch of scripts, right? And you basically have to perfect your scripts, because that's again mentorship. That's again having that Brian Buffini, or the fairy guy, right? There is 2 of them. There is Mike Ferry and there is the other one, the younger one. The Mike Ferry one, the old one from Vegas, he charges 12,000 for coaching a year. But he's been around for 40 years. Yeah, I followed him a lot in the past. Either way, I'm just talking about that because mindset and coaching is so important, and you can use AI for that. And I actually want to show you and teach you something really cool. So on the phone, right? You have the Gemini, ChatGPT, and the Grok, and all of them, right? So you push Grok, and there is the waveform on the right. So you punch that.
I lost your audio.
Thank you very much for letting me know that we lost audio, because I try to turn on the voice AI assistants to teach voice AI assistants. It switched the microphone. Thank you so much for Chad. Chad is godlike. Good guy. So basically, in his image. So basically, um, you go to Grok or ChatGPT or Gemini app, and you hit the waveform, the vertical dot 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 dot, and you hit that, and you have an AI assistant, and you're gonna find it more useful to interact with it in that way, because when you interact with it, you can go back to the AI, and then everything you talked about is a transcript. Everything AI said is a transcript, and you can copy it. And there's lots of other things you can do. I'll teach you in the future. But basically, the Grok has different modes, and one of the modes is motivation. So, like, let's say you don't feel like going to a listing appointment, it can tell you to, in very motivational different ways. It can curse you out really well. If you use unhinged or different modes that it has. Um, and some people find it motivational. But either way, so basically, and funny, it's funny too. And basically, you can tell it to you're a drill sergeant, tell me to do 50 push-ups. You see? And I don't feel like making my calls to my past clients. Give me motivation to do it. You know, um, tell me for 5 minutes, and for 5 minutes, it'll just go on telling you that. In different forms and ways. Like about push-ups, drop and give me 50. Kind of thing. Every push-up you are, burning fat and this and that. It's how many of you pay for gym coaching? For exercise. Okay, so basically, like, you replace that. Okay, and if you save $1, you save $2, because it takes $1 to earn $1. So I think those are the kinds of things you want to ask yourself, like how many thousands of dollars, like actually tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands and actually millions for some people, are you losing every month? Well, it depends on a person, every month or every year, but by not leveraging AI, right? I mean, that this is like ridiculous what I'm saying, but you're not building apps yet. Imagine you learn how to build apps, and it's really simple as building a website, literally, right? And then you deliver these apps, and you have millions of downloads, and you're a winner in that situation. So these are the questions you have to ask yourself. How many hours are you missing with family, exercise, private time because you are not effectively using AI? It's all about effective use of it. All right. Basically, if not now, when are you going to learn? So this is the electricity moment. You're like, no, I'm going to like cook with fire. I don't want to have a stovetop, in today's age, right? Like I'm going to live in a condo building, but I'm going to use wood to, I don't know, make food, I mean, it's just ridiculous, So basically, you got to say yes to yourself that you are capable of learning because you speak English. As long as you speak English, this is the new programming language. And you are buying your time at a discount. You are investing to be ahead of mass adoption rather than being left behind in confusion. You are paying to reduce the time and complexity it takes to learn the new technology. You are paying for results, speed, and clarity if you participate in the certificate program, right? And the truth is, you could wait like many people will and just become, displaced, replaced by AI. Oh, by the way, I wanted to go to Grok and ask it um, how many ATM machines are there? Okay, that number is 500,000 to 1,000,000. We already know the answer. Okay, how many robots does Amazon use? Okay, this is relevant in their like all of their centers, right? Because each robot is a person. Like each person, right, could be doing a robot's job, but the robot is doing it. Okay, and it's tireless and it works 27 hours, 24, but 24/7, right? It's like doesn't take a break, doesn't have to pee, doesn't have to eat. And it says that there is 1 million robots working in Amazon right now. Okay, what do you think is going to happen 5 years from today? Right now, Amazon is hiring 1.3 million humans. Do you think there's going to be more humans or less humans? Most likely, it's going to be fewer humans needed. because they're going to have more robotization processes across everything. And I'm not sure if you guys have been to Amazon stores. Tell me about Amazon store that scans your palm and face to pay, right? I'm not sure if you've been to these stores out west in Seattle, right? It's just called Just Walkout Store. So basically, it's 500 Whole Foods stores because Amazon owns Whole Foods, and you don't have cashiers anymore, right? So what does that mean for the future? And so anybody who thinks like, oh, I'm okay, I'm safe, I have my clients, I have my database, or you're not foreseeing the future, and you really need to embrace it because like this is the moment of truth. Like Vision 2026 discount 50% is pretty good. So the cost of the certificate only 2,500, 24.99, 75 cents, and then you introduce a person, it's $500 off. So and then you introduce enough people, you just get 500 to your account cash. So that's pretty good. So basically, when are you gonna do the new thing? When are you gonna embrace the technology? Um, it's like fire. You know, like you can cook the meat on the fire, or you could be like, no, I want to eat the meat raw, and then you get sick. But it's not a good comparison. But the point is similar, right? So let's talk about the bonuses that you're gonna get today. Just because you were on the call. So basically, in the future, we're gonna keep having meetings, and I'm just gonna keep talking about things. And then you learned today a tremendous amount of information. You can drop in the chat again. Oh my God, or amazing, or great, impressive, thank you, or whatever you want. But the point is basically like you learned a lot, and I'm trying to like be the fire under your ass to motivate you to like learn and to embrace the future, because like who else is like doing this for you? You know what I mean? And I'm doing that because like everybody who's here, like we know each other, kind of thing, from the past. Either from Remax or from Fidelity Direct Mortgage or through personal connections. Everybody who is in Chad's brokerage, real estate company, he's doing you a big favor because you are here. And out of all the hundreds and thousands of YouTube videos that exist, because I watched all of them, not all of them, but like thousands and thousands of videos, I watched them, right? Like really, like for real. I'm giving you like essence of a lot, and I'm giving you like real emphasis of everything, right? Because you saw how perfect the voice pitch was in Notebook 11. That's the whole point about voice AI assistant that's going to take your calls, because you miss your calls, and what happens? That person calls another person. And the point also, if you know like a mechanic, you know a mechanic. If you know a barber, you know a barber. If you know a restaurant owner, you can make $500 for every introduction you make from me. I'll give you $500 cash just for introduction to business owners, because I'll do SEO for them. I have a team, 35 people that sign agreements with me, and basically voice AI and everything else that is offered on Zen AI automation, business commercials, AI commercials for businesses, basically Super Bowl level commercial with special effects. I hope you guys can still hear me. I had a call come in. And basically like make those commercials, right? That are AI. All right. So either way, again, 3 months free of just participating in calls, monthly calls, where I'm just going to tell you more updates and you can ask questions. And we're going to open up the Q&A shortly, by the way. And Art of Prompting, the Amazon book. And yeah, basically, there's too many tools to learn. There are too many tools to test. There is too much to do. So in order to get the free items, you go to details, you scroll down, and you have the millionaire mindset affirmations. You just hit view, and it opens the MP3 file that you can download. And these are the 15-minute, 13-minute affirmations. They're very good. Stand up to my, they're very, very, very good. And this is a book that I wrote about stocks, options, and derivatives. This is hundreds of songs about financial literacy. This is the 487-page book about art of prompting, which is just 487 pages about art of prompting, which is what we were talking about, how to prompt, right? And you can have it for free. You don't have to pay $39.99. So you're not paying for anything so far today, right? And this is a top listing AI. Unfortunately, I could not put it. I don't have a copy of it. I lost it, but I made it $2.99 on Amazon. So instead of like $9.99, it's only $2.99. But you don't have to buy it. It's not that important. Basically, it's just I had AI overcome objections, you know? So you can just feed objections into Grok, Gemini, GenSpark, you know, your favorite Perplexity. I can talk about agentic browsers, by the way. It's a ridiculous topic. Really, really amazing and good, very useful. Maybe I'll do it because it's very fun, just to blow your mind. So you can be like, oh, wow, this is crazy. But basically, you can feed the objections that you have in business into it, and it'll spit out an answer. That's what that book is. You know, the one for $2.99. It used to be $9.99, but I lowered the price for you. So because I couldn't put zero, unfortunately, Amazon doesn't allow it. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. So we go to YouTube, and like it would be fun if somebody says what their favorite meal is. But we can say like borscht. Okay, so like let's say Eastern European borscht recipe. Okay, so we go here, and well, let's say we do classic, you know, classic soup, and we stop this, and we go back to Perplexity, right? And we go to Amazon.com. Like maybe I have to sign in, but basically, what? I have the regular Perplexity here and not the Comet browser Perplexity. Let me see if I have it installed. Comet. I don't have it installed. I have it on my mom's computer. So basically, what you do is once you are here, right, you click the button on the top right for Comet Perplexity browser. I just don't have the browser installed. And then basically you put in the link and you say, based on this video, add the ingredients in Amazon that I need to buy. It analyzes the video of all the ingredients that it takes: the potato, the carrot, the onions, you know, whatever, beets, you know, just lettuce, whatever, all of it. And basically, it adds it in the cart for you. That's called agentic browser. Now, there's about 5 different ones. Like, for example, ChatGPT has Atlas, right? And there's other ones. I don't want to like bore you with the names. Who cares? But there is a bunch of one. There is a very good one from Opera as well. Opera is a browser. It's a good one. They built one too. And basically, let me just like open YouTube and show you a comment real quick. Because this is really cool. Because it can help you a lot. You just don't realize how much it can help you and how you can use it. And we're gonna unmute everybody in a minute. And then you're going to ask me questions. I'm going to answer every question you have. So please write down your questions. So Comet browser, right? And you can just download it. It's completely free. It's pretty cool. Agentic browser is what it is. So there's a lot of them. Some are better than others for different reasons, but that's what it is. All right. So can you guys please you know, unmute yourself and ask any questions you have about anything that jumped out? Anybody can unmute themselves and ask me any question they have.
Hi, I have a question. This is Ressie.
Thank you.
I've seen some agents that are using avatars, like they
Yeah.
have their image, and their image looks like a cartoon character, and they maybe talking about something. What platform do they use in
Yeah.
order to clone themselves?
Yeah.
And I've also seen some agents that are like creating little skits.
Yeah.
One agent I saw, he was, you know, dressed in his business suit, and he
Yeah.
was running, and he had
Yeah.
2 clowns chasing him, and he jumped into his car and then went into a house. I don't know
Yeah.
what he was. I don't know what he was trying to say. I don't remember that, but
He just wanted
I
to
know
grab
he.
attention and the viewers. You know, people like videos that are
Mhm,
interesting, right? So young
mhm.
generation, different generation. You know, as long as you make provoking material, some people might like it and follow the person. So he just wants to get more viewership. You know, but having a message
Yeah,
and a script.
it got my attention. It got my
AI
attention.
allows you to write scripts for movie making. So it tells you what the shots are, what you should say. It writes the entire script for everything. You know, it tells you, okay, in Fairfax, these are the stats, you know, this is the market update, and it writes everything for you that you should say in the monthly report for statistics, if you want. These are the things you would learn in the certificate program as well. Yeah. But in terms of your question, like I answered it. So go to Twin Avatar Clone Video AI on ZenAIautomation.com services, right? And check out that page. There's all the videos that were like playing. I don't want to click it because it was like activating the videos. And basically just watch them. And you have my
Okay.
number. My number is on the bottom of this website, 571-276-0986 right here, right? And you have my email as well. And like, you know, if you don't figure it out by, you know, the link and everything else, like feel free to call me, text me, email me, whatever. Yeah.
Thank you.
Totally. And then I would like recommend you to like go to Music Label AI album samples. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, it's on Amazon, it's everywhere, right? I have a record music label and you just listen to that and you're just like, wow, I can make music about real estate. Do you guys want to make a song right now about real estate? You go to suno.com. The point is learning how to use it. You see, the point is not knowing what the tool is, the point is knowing how to use it well. I made 2,000 songs. Obviously, I know how to do it better than a person who never made a song before. But make a song. Let's go advanced. Um, uh, it's better if we go to like combine it together with Grok, and we're gonna say new chat, and we're gonna say write lyrics for a song about a buyer falling in love with a seller at the open house. How's that, guys? What do you think about that? Do you think that can go viral? You think that's fun? I came for square footage, stainless steel shine. You handed me flyers with that smile. You see, not bad, right? Okay, somehow this heart, it got messed up, but we don't need all of that. We're just gonna use this until the bridge. And verse one. Control C, Suno, lyrics. You can make instrumental music too. So basically style. All right, can somebody tell me what style they want? Country, bluegrass, hip hop, rap, hip hop. All right. Okay. Guys, don't be scared to unmute yourself. Come on. All right, that's it. And create. And we're going to sign up for free to listen. Click Google. You can see how easy it is to sign up. And you can make tons and tons of music about real estate and mortgages for fun. Under my music record label that's already registered for a long time. All right. So we should have about 2 songs. These are the ones I made for a kid. They're pretty funny. I think it lost us. Because it was like logging in, it got messed up. So we're gonna have to repaste it. Okay, let me just copy it again. All right, so copy, paste. It doesn't want to paste. Why not? Okay, challenges. All right, let me just do this for you, okay? So you can understand the whole song. All right, listen to this song. Country. Top of his name, and I'm like a dog, looking for the same. Does anybody want to say that the voice is bad? Does anybody want to say that the chords and the guitar is bad? It's pretty awesome, right? And it just like goes on. You could make it about your clients, you know, celebrating their birthday, and they'll be like, "You're the best. How did you make this?" And you know, you can teach them. And basically, it's like train the trainer program. And there's a lot of like participation upon graduation in the certificate. And the point also is that you learn how to do a startup. So let me explain that actually about the capstone project. So like at the end of what we're talking about, you basically gonna like the goal is that you start an actual startup. So you're gonna learn how to make an app for real estate. You already saw how easy it is to make a website. It's just as easy to make an application on the iPhone and Android. And basically, like I'm gonna help you with cloud credits from AWS, Azure, Google, all of that. Like I know how to do it. It's really easy. And then there's 35 platforms where it's possible to raise capital up to $10 million a year because it's an exemption on the SEC regulations. So this is actually like an incubator program that you participate in. And these are the things that you learn. Introduction and history of artificial intelligence, mastering AI prompt engineering. So like, if you think you learn today, you have no idea what you're going to learn when you pay the money. I hope you can comprehend that. And basically, you're gonna like author insightful SEO optimized content and clone AI voice, videos using generative AI. Right? You got a little bit of exposure to understand what I'm talking about, but imagine 100 times more. You're gonna get 100 times more than what today was, and you're gonna get like more business aspect of it too, and ideas. So forge magnetic listing narratives with generative AI, polish images via computer vision, design eye-catching promos with generative AI, sharpen tagging tactics through NLP, natural language processing. Natural language processing is not complicated, it's just English. As long as you speak English, that's what NLP is, okay? So nothing complicated. So I can make it complicated and explain to you from machine learning, right? And like deep learning and artificial intelligence, right? And make it like super convoluted and difficult. Or I can make it really simple. So basically, summarize, interact with long form videos, craft storyboards, narrative, script videos, like how to make videos, like make a like actual movie, you know. And there's a lot of awards, by the way, that you can participate in when you make AI movies that they give you money. It's pretty cool. Like there's like Clean AI and all kinds of different ones. They had a competition recently with $100,000, by the way. So it's like serious money. I mean, it's entertainment. It's for fun. Do it for fun. So basically, I explained about Perplexity agentic browsers a little bit, but imagine knowing 100 times more and like the use cases, right? Like how to scrape data off of the internet in order to be able to use it for business. Because like right now, you don't even know what I'm talking about. So that's the funniest part. That's the funniest part. Either way, so learn voice AI workflows for business use cases. AI SMS email campaign management via NLP. You basically learn everything that Zen AI offers as offerings. AI legal document suite review creation through NLP. Like you can create all of that yourself instead of necessarily hiring a lawyer, or you create it and have the lawyer review it, which would be 1/10 of the cost. You know what I mean? So basically, how to write books the right way and monetize the strategies. AI-powered data visualization, craft narrative podcast with generative AI. You explored it a little bit with Notebook LM today, but imagine knowing much more about that, right? Craft success mantras with generative AI, generative custom logos and thumbnails, basically business design. Um, Develop client education presentation webinars, analyze sentiment in reviews and reply through NLP. So like imagine that all of the comments that you ever get, like on YouTube, all the social media, and on your website gets analyzed. Is it a good? Is it a bad? Is it a 10? Is it a 5? And basically the AI writes a reply based on that, right? And handles the engagement with every client that you had. And they thought that you wrote them personally, and they feel that you wrote to them personally. Does like do you guys follow me? That's ridiculous, right? And all of it is like easily doable. And all like 8 weeks you're gonna learn how to do it. Develop customer support interactive Q&A chatbots with generative AI, basically like a chatbot on the website. How to be able to do it, and you're gonna learn how to be able to do it. So develop customer support interactive Q&A chatbots. It's pretty powerful, right? It's similar to voice AI, not that different. Generate custom soundtracks with generative AI. I just showed you Suno. Now, there's 15 other tools that are similar to that tool. And you have to know how to like really use them, right? Instead of just floundering and, having subpar results. And so learn how to create AI consultancy business, right? That basically you're going to transition from real estate into AI consultancy by taking this certificate program, and it's accredited by Virginia with close collaboration with Washington University of Science and Technology. How cool is that? Because you don't have this available at Georgetown or George Washington or George Mason. And the stuff that universities teach is theoretical and useless to you, like literally, because I took their courses. So I know what I'm talking about. So I made it specifically only for like business use cases, business owners and executives and people who are entrepreneurs and self-employed. Everything that I'm talking about. Social media post scheduling automation. Imagine the 7 days of post creation that is done, right? You just like post twice a day, and it posts 7 days a week. And then 7 days later, you use AI for 5 minutes and it does it automatically for you again. But it's actually possible to do it all on autopilot for 30 days, literally. Okay. And it can all be built in N8N. N8N is an extremely powerful thing. You should like put it in YouTube, watch a lot of videos, like, 100 hours or 1,000 hours. Okay. That's what I have. So basically that's that. And basically you're going to learn, don't be scared, Python, GitHub, and programming foundations for AI, but nothing difficult. As long as you can use a mouse, as long as you speak English, you're going to be okay. And you're going to be able to publish Android, iOS applications. You're going to be able to publish websites yourself. So you could make a bunch of digital goods and products and sell them. And basically, vibe code websites and Android, iOS apps, right? Startup entrepreneurship. And that is the capstone, right? So you could like generate a book and sell it to 10 people. Okay, you passed. Okay, you could generate music and 10 people listen to it and comment on it. Okay, you pass. You could do any of these things. You could build a voice AI or a chatbot or an application or a business. And if you do a business with a business plan, like an MBA program kind of situation, then I'm going to help you with seed capital and I'm going to help you with cloud credits. And this is the 8-week curriculum outline. And the classes are every Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. So basically, this is the cost, and you can reduce it by $500. Once you reduce your tuition by 0, then you just get the cash in your pocket. And I know you know a lot of people, a lot of business owners, and I think that you learned a lot today. And I'll make this recording available. So if anything, you can jump to the favorite part of something you missed and copy the prompt that you saw. And the thing about the 1,400 transactions is between my mom and I. Because she has the same last name as I do, and I built her business in terms of SEO back in the day, and the websites and everything else, and yada 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 yada. Either way, so let me tell you a little bit about real estate AI, by the way. So because a lot of people are in real estate or want to own real estate. So basically, this is a polynomial regression machine learning AI, and I worked on it from 2011. That's how I got into it. And it tells you which homes cash flow better than others. I would recommend, I don't want to bore you with everything. Sorry, the phone call was coming in. I don't want to bore you with everything, but basically, if you read it, you're going to understand it and what it is. It finds your homes that cash flow better than others in 7 states.
What
so,
site
guys,
is that?
Yeah.
What site is that one? Because that's a great one.
ZenAIautomation.com. Basically,
ZenAIautomation.com.
Yeah, Zen. Yeah, ZEN. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you just go to real estate AI, click learn more, and then it opens it, and then you can just read about it and look at the dashboard. And basically the whole point is that it finds you properties where the debt coverage ratio is better than others. So like 2 is better than 0.1. And a lot of homes are 0.1 in McLean for 1.3 million. So when you rent them out, you lose $600,000 over the year because opportunity cost of money. And basically, like, that's what it is, and I can turn it on for any brokerage, but for some reason, Charlie from Remax doesn't understand what I was telling him since 2011, and it's 2025. It's the funniest thing to me ever, because he's young, he's supposed to understand what I'm saying. But basically, you're going to learn a lot if you participate, and you just click get started, and there is the payment. You just say change amount, and you just put 2,499.75, and you say buy. And you can pay with different things. There is a payment plan as well. So when you click buy, it opens up a page, and you can have deferred payments. So there's payment plans for everything, okay? Because you can do Affirm, and it does 36 months of payments, okay? Or you can do other method, and you can click Klarna, and they do also long-term 24 months payments. But I think $24.99 for anybody is affordable on this call. And the value you are getting is just tremendously ridiculous. And the classes, they start on January. Let me see when they start. Just because, you might want to know. Let me just look on the calendar. I'll just remember it. But yeah, they start on January 14th. So it's long enough. You can get enough people to sign up. So, it's free tuition. And you're gonna have the copy of this recording so you can forward it to them, and they're gonna be like, "Wow, this is so informative. I learned so much. Imagine what I get when I pay." And learning how to do all of this, every single subsection inside here is ridiculous. Text to video AI, all of it. Because you can just write 100 books, put them online, and somebody's gonna buy them. Yeah. People, do you have questions?
Hi everyone. I guess it's still morning. Good morning, good afternoon. I guess my only concern, I'm excited to learn. I will be enrolling, but how beginner friendly will the class or course be?
It's 1,000,000% beginner friendly. As long as you speak English and know 8th grade level English, you're going to be completely 100% good. Because you saw how easy it was to make the website. And okay, database configured, huh? We didn't look at the final result. Let's look at
Okay.
what Bold delivered. It was the one that was slow because you saw how easy it was to build this website. That's how complicated it is to do an Android or iOS application. Okay, as long as
Okay.
you can follow instructions and copy paste, you just copy the text and you paste it. You can deliver the same result, and you can just change the name, change the address, change contact information, change the bio, and it'll be live. We were not on the website for a while, and so for some reason it's like just forgot it. But let me just reload it and see if it shows up. But that was a really cool website to clone, right? And it did it really easy. And so therefore you shouldn't be intimidated. I guarantee you, the issue with my mom is that sometimes she listens to me and she learns because she uses AI every day, right?
Okay.
But she doesn't do everything I say. That's the problem. You know what I mean? And so
Got it.
I know she's gonna listen to this recording, and then she's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Kirill, what did you do?" But again, you should be proud of her. She's 62 and she's using AI every day, and you're not using AI every day, right? And her
I
income is
am, but
580.
I don't think that I'm using it to the fullest. Clearly not to this extent. So I'm excited.
So again, this was one single prompt, and all we did is PRD, and then we put in that website, right? Make a PRD of this website, and then we copied it, we pasted it, and it did it for us. And you became a website designer, okay? And this is it's a decent website. I wouldn't say it's like 1,000,000% like, oh my God, but you just change the email, change the address, change the phone number, change the bio section and whatever you want. And you just tell it, what you want to change. And that's it. It's not complicated, not rocket science.
Sounds good. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for your
So
time.
So I would say there is no excuse. And then when you forward the video to everybody, explain to them what it is and what the future is, right? That there is 1,000,000 robots in Amazon and there is 1.3 million humans, and the humans are going to be so much less and so much fewer. Like in the Tesla gigafactories, Tesla, the car maker, right? They have
Yes.
one single robot. It picks up the entire car, and the other robot paints the entire car. Okay. Do you need a human? No, you don't need a human to do that. And basically, in the future, it's going to be dark factories, like in China. So dark factory concept is the fact that everything is dark. There is no lights because everything is robotics. Everything. There is no human present in the factory. That's why it's a dark factory. And you're going to have mega, huge, just tremendously ridiculous size of factories. And they're just going to operate, and machines will make machines. And robots are coming. The Elon Musk, right? uh, Optimus robot. I don't know if you heard about it. I would recommend everybody to go on YouTube, type it in, and basically within a year we're gonna have 50,000 of them, and later on it's gonna be 500,000 the next year after that, and then it's gonna be 5 million of them. And what are you gonna do? Yeah, guys. Any other questions? I'm gonna stay on the call until everybody drops from the call. I'm gonna make it very long because each person's question is valuable, and you could have your kids on the class as well. So basically, I think that if you have a kid, the kid can come in for free, as long as the kid is below 15 years old. Because
I have a
when the
question.
kid takes the class, they're gonna be able to teach you much better than maybe you even understand. You know what I mean?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, since you know so much about AI and Tesla and all of these other AI companies, do you invest in AI stock? And what stock do
Oh,
you
let
like?
me tell you about that. I have this other website called Polytick. So polymini tick blood-sucking insect.us, you know, and I worked on this for 7 years. And basically, you have political trade signals. You know, Nancy Pelosi, her net worth is $300 million. Her salary is 175,000 minus 40% tax, right? So obviously, she saved all her money. Obviously, right? Nothing to see. But basically, you can see all of the congressional politician trades. We go to dashboard. And right now, the database is being rebuilt. So it says 22 trades, but it's 34,000 trades in the last 3 years, right? So the dashboard will be rebuilt. My chief technology officer is working on that. And basically, like you can see, they went into Bitcoin. So basically, the Republican Dave McCormick, I'm not sure if you know his name. You know, I don't know how famous he is. I don't really like follow that. But he bought a bunch of Bitcoin, right? And you can see the fact that, you know, maybe it's the right moment. Let's look what the BTC price is. Today it's 90,000, right? It was 86,000 recently, and it was 126,000 before, right? So if we click 6 months and we look at the peak, 124, 126, okay? And so basically, you know, if you have a bunch of them going somewhere, maybe you will pay attention to it. The subscription is only $30 on politic.us, by the way. Let me go to pricing, and it's $30 a month. It'll be complete, I think, in 3 days, because it was complete before. It just had to be made better. That's why the database had to be deleted, and it's being restored right now. But basically, it's a code of ethics. They released the information. It's public information, so it's being imported. Layer 1 is what stocks they trade, right? Like all of their trades. Level 2 is committee, subcommittee they sit on. So you're like, oh, they're sitting on this committee and they're trading that industry. Obviously, it's because of the committee information. You get my point? And then layer 3 is what hedge funds are buying. Level 4 is meta-analysis of all analysts. And then there is also layer 5, 6, and 7. So it's actually 7 layers of insight. Yearly subscription is $250. Monthly subscription is $30. Thank you so much for the question of whether or not I know anything about stock. I spent 3,000 hours studying derivatives. That's why I wrote that book, The Millionaire Trader, Secrets of Stocks, Options, and Derivatives, that you have for free on the website. You go to AI education and to the bottom, and then you have it for free over here. You just click view and it just downloads it for you. You don't have to pay $29.99 for it. I hope I don't know, I answered the question. Oh, let me tell you this. So Nancy Pelosi, January 2025, she bought Tempus AI, healthcare AI. All right. Ticker symbol TEM. Let's open it so you can see the price. And there was a bunch of other politicians that also bought it. And Kathy Wood, ARK Invest, also bought it. She's really smart. She made like 1,000% in Tesla. Okay. I think she's smarter than me. All right. So basically it was like 30 over here, right? 28. And right now it's 74. 74 is higher than 28. So you can sort of kind of like follow the fish. Like you have a bunch of like 6 or 10 politicians buying a particular thing. That's the leaderboard on the politic. You can see where they're going in the last 30 days, 45 days, 14 days, 3 months, 6 months, different time frames, right? And you could be like, oh, this is where they're going. Oh, maybe it's a good idea, you know? And then you just research a little bit and you're like, okay, let me put like 1,000 there, you know? Yeah. Do you guys have any other questions? No, guys. Still have 2 pages of contacts that are left here. Simonique, hi. I'm just gonna call everybody out.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. What do you think of today? Do you have any questions, or like what do you think about the course curriculum and learning objectives and how long it is and how good it is and how informative it is?
Actually, I'm looking at all the websites you've put in there and they're pretty good. I'm experimenting with Leonardo right now.
Yeah. Ask it to do a new logo for the university, for example, or for the business school, or for this or for that.
Mm,
Or like, let's say like you have a owner of a barbershop or restaurant, or I don't know, your favorite realtor, whatever, and basically just
yeah.
say, make a logo of letters KR, business logo. Or like, their
Yes.
first letter and their last letter, like the first letters are the first and last name, or like however you want
Yes.
it. And you could have like have in the background outline of a home. You know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just be creative however you want, you know? Yeah. Mario. Mario is the man. He's been in real estate for 30 years. So he had a radio show. It's just for him, with the radio show, right? Because he's been doing radio show forever. It's really good with the, you know, with the voice AI in terms of Notebook LM as an example. But there's so many other tools as well that he needs to learn too. I guess he cannot unmute himself. He's in a loud environment right now. Joyce, do you want to say something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is so amazing. Thank you very much. I
You
think
know, I did all of this just to hear you say that.
it'll take me a while to go over some of your information, but we'll definitely reach out with questions.
Yeah, main thing is don't be scared. You know, it's like, you know, like when the phone came out and iPhone, right? And now Android phones the same way, but all the phones came out and you don't have the physical buttons. And you were like, I was on BlackBerry. How do I type on this you know, phone? It doesn't have buttons on it, right?
Well, for me, I hated the BlackBerry and I love my iPhone. So, I mean, maybe that's a plus.
That's how you have to feel about the fact that all you have to do is type a sentence or two sentences, and you can do the particular, you know, market strategic research about, you know, things that are going on. Let's do this real quick, by the way. So we're gonna go to Grok. We're gonna hit the new chat, and we're gonna say how many listings. How many listings are active in Florida and Texas? It's 230. It's 270,000 about in Texas, and it used to be 70,000. So their inventory grew by 200,000. That's ridiculous. That's why their prices are being adjusted, right? Falling, negative. How many listings are active in Florida and Texas right now? And we just say search, and then we can okay, 271,000. You're like, Kirill, how come you were able to know this number? You don't, I don't even, I didn't know it would say that number. You know, I just said it. But, okay. How many, what's the smallest amount? What's the lowest, amount of listings that they had? And when? In the last, 5 years. It was during the peak of COVID, was 70,000, I think. But you see, you can use AI to do research for you in many interesting ways. And you saw that it accessed 200 sources in order to come up with the answer, right? So you see, 65,000. So I was off by 5,000. But you see how awesome it is? So like, let's do this. Write me a script. We're going to do a new chat. Whenever you interact with AI, you want to do a new chat if you're talking about a new thing, right? And if you're talking about the same thing with chain prompting, then you stay within the same chat and it has context from all the previous prompts that you gave it. So it's much smarter at giving you the answer. I'm just emphasizing chain prompting. It's really important to know. All right. So write me a script for a YouTube video about 5 minutes long to relay information about market updates, real estate, about real estate, market update in terms of properties for sale and what's happening with sales prices. Okay, do you want to include anything else? You see my point? You just write as much as you like and you say enter, and it writes you the script that you can have on your phone, right? And you read it as if you are reading it from a teleprompter. Because there is software that I can tell you, and you know it already, most likely. And basically it moves as you are reading it, right? So you just read it, but you're looking in the camera. So everybody thinks that you're looking at the camera. There is also AI that you can read from the piece of paper, but it autocorrects your eyes to the camera perfectly. So you don't even need to pay for that software that I was talking about. And I know you don't know about the other one. You know what I mean? But basically, it just tells you all of this, right? And it tells you all of this. It talks about the number of units for sale, right? It compares it to, 2007. And if you read all of this, it's a lot. So does anybody have a comment about this that's in real estate?
That's wonderful because you do have to pay for that. How much? No, you said it's free. What site is it?
I'll tell you when I sign up for the certificate.
Okay.
It's worth it, right? You're like Kirill. Actually, you blew my brain apart, right? Because like even something basic like this, like I wasn't really doing it. All right, let's do this. Write me a script about what's your favorite subdivisions? Like where do you guys sell the most? I want to do it for you. I want to make it specific for you because you know your subdivision very well. Can somebody shout out a subdivision that you sell real estate in the most? Come on, guys. We got to make it interactive. All right, we're gonna pick Fairlington. Okay, write a script about Fairlington area in Arlington, about its history, about its detailed history, as related to real estate. I'm a real estate agent, and my audience is buyers and sellers. Okay, so you gave it sort of kind of like everything that it needed to know. And the hidden history of Fairlington. Why this Arlington neighborhood is pure real estate gold. Ta-da! Imagine buying home built, blah, 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 blah. You see, you know all of this, right? Everybody knows Fairlington. Okay? And it tells you specifically everything. You like original rents for 46 to 80 a month. You know what I mean? That's about 850, 1500 in today's dollars. It's awesome script, awesome information, about the price journey. And right now, today, December 2025, okay, it's a little bit, well, it's today, one bedroom, 320 to 380. Two bedroom, two bathroom, 475 to 550. Okay, did you have to do the search in Bright in order to do this? Okay, how quickly did it do for you? And it tells you everything about everything. And I can have AI avatar do all the videos for you with your voice. And it's your face on the AI avatar. Then I can make it all automatic and I can make 1,000 videos at once for all areas. And Charlie doesn't even want to talk to me. Everybody who's at Remax should like tell him. Funniest thing. They should be like, no, you need to watch this video from the beginning to understand what he means. So he doesn't get offended, But that's okay. I've known him a long time, right? He knows me too. So it doesn't matter. Either way. So do you guys have any other questions or things you want done? Joyce?
Yes, I have lots of questions. It's just I don't know where to begin.
Anywhere.
I need to um, try to implement some of the things you've spoken about
Yeah.
and formulate my questions, I think.
Yeah. That's why I was like about the piece of paper and the comments and the chat within the conversation here. I haven't actually looked at the chat. I'm just focused on like, like providing information and knowledge, and I don't want to be distracted by the chat. But either way, like you can reach out to me and stuff, and you can register, and the class will start on, January. I just want pre-registrations because the curriculum is already written, everything is already done. And the class again is going to begin on January 14th, and everything is good with the Washington University of Science and Technology, and I have guest speakers lined up already. And if I was able to give you so much information in such a short time, imagine what you're going to get for a paid version. You only got an appetizer. So imagine what a 3-course meal with a dessert is. Because the appetizer was free. So Joyce, ask me. You can ask away because you're the only one who is unmuted, and everybody else is muting themselves for some reason.
Oh, Well, so I have this. This is just out of curiosity. So I was on a Tom Ferry presentation recently, and he said the Google search engine is really archaic now, and everybody is using Bing or Grok.
Yeah, I don't like Bing. I'm not a fan because it's Microsoft. Yeah. You see, the reason why I like Grok, let me explain it to you. There's a thing called guardrails, like all the rules that they give, like don't talk about this, don't talk about that, about political correctness. You know what I mean? When you make AI to be super politically correct, you know what happens? It becomes stupider. It becomes not so good. And so that's why my favorite is but Grok right now is dumber than Gemini. It's like a close race, and all the time you have this one ahead, this one ahead, that one ahead. You know, it's like a race. They're racing, right? Right now, Gemini 3 is better, but when
Well,
Grok 5 comes out in about a month or two, it's going to be smarter than Gemini.
well,
And
who
so,
owns Gemini 3?
Pichai, Chai, Pichai,
No, I get it. Okay, yeah.
he's the C level of Google. Yeah, Gemini is Google. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Gemini is Google.
yeah. Gemini is Google. Yeah, yeah. And like in all the things that I shared today, I still have so much more to share. It's just I know that what I already shared is so overwhelming, and I can go like 3x more about everything we talked about. But what happens is that during certificate program, I'm gonna go 10 levels deep. You know, so I gave you like the exposure to certain things, but when we go like super deep and it's just a like this, you just like imagine a flashlight from space, right? And you just like this, and then you have so much more, right? And then you can ask questions and answers and everything else, and you know everything is gonna be good. And basically, 52 hours, it's $48 an hour. Because 2,500 divided by 52 is only $48 an hour. Everybody on this call can afford $48. Like it's not even an issue. And then you can be on a 36-month payment plan. So that's not even an issue. You know what I mean? And you cannot escape not learning AI. Like it's gonna live with us for the rest of our lives. So the sooner you learn it, the better. Joyce, ask me more.
It is overwhelming. I'm trying
It is.
to formulate my questions, but I need to practice some. Um, I
That's
think
why
it's
that's why I was
amazing
that's why
and
I was
wonderful.
motivational. That's why I was like motivational and a little bit like disrespectful at the same time. Because like sometimes people like, you know, they don't understand anything and you have to call them out, right? And like it gets their attention. And like it's like imagine a parent, right? The parent has to call the attention of the child because you know, like teacher in this situation and a student, right? In this situation, I'm a teacher, right? So as a teacher, I have to keep the students engaged. I have to motivate the students to want to learn. And sometimes, in order to motivate them to learn, you have to tell them, hey, look, you're going to be unemployed in the future.
Or
Because,
left in the dust is the same thing as unemployed.
yeah. And you know, 75,000 agents are in Virginia, Maryland, DC, New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Take a guess how many of them close zero transactions?
40%, 30%.
35,000. 35,000 people, zero transactions a year. And they're paying their dues. You know what I mean? Like they're spending so much money, thousands of dollars, right? A year, you know, 2, 3 thousand minimum, and zero transactions. Yeah. Um, all right. Do you have any other questions? This is our private one-on-one. Joyce.
Did you call my name again?
Yeah, yeah. We have a private one-on-one because everybody else is silent. Because there is still like 4, 6, 8, 10 people in the call, but for some reason, you know, because I would have thought everybody would have dropped off, you know. So I just want to stay until like I answer all the questions of everybody, and it seems like you're the person that has, you know, the most questions. So it's great. What do you
Well,
think
I
of
have a
the?
question. Could we
What do you
do
think?
the
Go ahead.
sub? Go ahead, you go first.
I wanted to ask you, what did you think about the music? You know, and the whole thing with you know, the music. What did you think of that? That you can just make music for fun about your clients and about birthday wishes and you know special holidays, and you can customize it and it's personalized and it's like literally your voice can be the one singing it.
Oh gosh, if I did that, my clients would fall over. I think it's fun.
Exactly. And isn't it more fun to do your work when it's fun? Because like if it's not, you know, like doing things, it becomes drudgery. Like imagine like I don't know, everybody's like bawling, you know, everybody's like laughing, and everybody's like, wow, you know, and they're like, I couldn't imagine that you're the one who's doing this, you know, because they're like. You're older than I thought who knows how to use AI. You know what I mean? And then you're like, no, I know it better than you do. I know it better than what your kids know. And literally you will know more than they do. As long as you're part of the program. It would be hilarious. It would be awesome. And like if I had your image, like if you were to send me your image, like we can attach it, right? Like let's do it right now. Upload a file. You can still see my screen, right? Let me teach you something.
Well, but I'm on. The problem is I couldn't
Mm.
join the meeting. I had a hard time logging in, so I'm on
Okay.
my cell phone. So
Okay.
I couldn't see the screen as well as I would like to. So
That's
are
okay.
you sending the recording and we'll have the s- attachments,
Absolutely. Just
the
text me my phone
screenshots?
number. Yeah, text me to my phone number, your email, or like drop the email in the chat here. You can hit the chat button and like submit your email and phone number within the Teams chat because I'm gonna you know save it and I'll send it to you tomorrow, and we'll be in contact. And you know main thing to remember is zenaiautomation.com, and then on the bottom you have my cell phone and my email. But basically, like I just want to explain this to you how easy it is. So you attach a picture that yourself, like you just find any picture that you have of yourself. You can upload 10, 20, 30 images. You can upload as many as you want. The good thing is like the more you upload, the better the character consistency and the face and recognition of you is. Okay, because you want it to be like because you are training it within a chat. And then the whole point about chain prompting is that like once you have a particular behavior, you can come back and it'll do the same thing that because it already has context from the past. So you don't have to have like brand new conversations. You can pin a conversation to the top, and then it's very easy for you to access it. And so basically, you can say like make make a picture of this guy because I'm you know my picture, right? But if I had your picture, I would have done like of this lady, you know, of this guy in a Superman suit. How's that? Keep face and keep face consistent, so it doesn't change the face in any manner. And it's just gonna generate an image of me in a Superman suit. So you can just have fun. The left one, it modified the face, but the right one is my face. Um, basically, you can have like a you know a picture of yourself as any superhero you want, and you can just put it on social media. You can put it in advertising. You can put you know some kind of a real estate theme behind it. You know, what do you think about that, Joyce?
It's cute.
Put him in a suit. Okay, put him in a superhero suit. Let's try this. That is that is a real estate superstar sales agent, and we're gonna put quotation marks around that, and that's good. Let's try it, see what the result is, and how complicated is that? So anybody who's like, oh, I feel scared of using this, I mean, as long as you can just type, it's gonna be okay. So because of the previous prompt about Superman, the left image is that, and I didn't like the right image. But it does have the cape, and it has the red tie, and the cape is red, and it's a suit in a nice suit. It has sold in the background to the right, and it's a nice like office professional location, and it's really buff. You know that as if I'm really buff physically. You know, like I've been working out a lot. and it generated that image, you know, and you could just like put it on social media and it grabs attention, right? And it drives engagement and people write comments, and then you can comment on the comments and you have engagement with your clients, with your past clients and your sphere of influence. And so you have to be present on social media. And how do you like generate like interesting content? Well, using AI, you know? So that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So I appreciate you, Joyce. You made my day, literally. You know what I mean?
You made my day. Thank you.
Ah, that's so nice. By the way, do you know my mom?
Not really, but I have heard her name. We've both been with Remax for many years, 20
Okay.
years.
Okay. So basically, like maybe like in a day or two, or 1 week or 2 weeks or something, put it in your calendar to touch base with her and just be like, yeah, I think it would be good for you to, embrace what your son is preaching, because, it could be very useful. Like I was telling her about, let me tell you this, what I was telling her in 2009. In 2009, I was telling her, look, YouTube is acquired by Google. Any video that is generated in YouTube is going to rank extremely well in Google results. And we have to record every single testimonial on video. We have to do property tours of all properties. We have to do all the subdivision videos about history, amenities, and everything else. Just walking tours. Doesn't have to be professional. Doesn't have to be anything. Just has to be realistic and real, and just talk about what people need the information about particular subdivisions, right? And I told her that in 2009, and now she's the Skyline Queen. So now she has all these like super cool videos. I'm not sure if you saw it, because she pays a videographer tons of money, like tremendous amount. Like it's very expensive, in my personal opinion, right? And because like I did all those videos for free, right, myself, and they were good enough. But either way, different approach. I just moved on to like computer science, away from real estate, but I still have a license. And so basically, I was telling her that in 2009, and now it's 2025, and now she's a queen of Skyline doing all these videos. Imagine if she was doing all those videos back when I told her that. Right, Joyce?
Imagine.
Yeah.
I know, but give her credit for embracing it now. And do you follow Gary V? Do you know who
Yeah,
he
of
is?
course, of course. I'm extremely familiar with his material.
Yeah, so I mean, everything internet and most selling will now be internet based. If you're not on the internet and doing videos, you're sort of dead.
And imagine like you release 10 books at your age, and you're a published author, and you say this at the listing presentation, and they go to Amazon and they see the 10 books you wrote. That's what you're going to be able to learn as well, because that's how I was able to write the 487-page book. I used AI to write a book about AI prompting. How meta crazy is that, right? It's like I wrote a book about a topic using the tool that is talking about. Yeah. All right. Joyce, do you have any other questions, or should I end the call?
I'm good for now. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much for your kind words. They really made my day. I appreciate it. And um, you know, please share everything that we talked about with everybody, because otherwise, like imagine that the kid is gonna get hit by a car, and you're not gonna do anything that kid, to prevent the kid playing in the street, right? Because they're gonna ride the little thing, whatever their tricycle. They're gonna ride the tricycle in the road, and as a bystander, as an adult bystander, you're supposed to like take the kid and put him on the sidewalk, right? Because otherwise you're like sort of kind of responsible for the fact that the kid is going to die, because like you're a bystander and you don't care. And so basically, like everybody, like your nieces, your nephews, your relatives, your friends, your coworkers, your colleagues, your clients, your other business owners that like if you don't tell them about AI and tell them, hey, look, like 2026, you need to embrace it, um, you know, then like, you don't care enough, So as long as you care about anybody you care about, you should let them know about today's call, and you should tell them about ZAIautomation.com education section, and for them to read it. and for them to like watch that video and you know, watch this recording too, and so forth. So again, I appreciate you, and I appreciate your kind words, and I know you're crushing it, and I know you're doing better than vast majority of people in real estate, Joyce, because you know what I mean. We like to learn.
True. Thank you.
Yeah. And people who learn, like, I don't know, how to use a calculator, how to use a computer, how to use a fax machine, a phone, an email terminal, you know, they're more productive than other people, right?
True, but information needs action.
Everything I teach is extremely applicable and actionable to daily business. It's not theoretical. That's why it's a certificate in AI for business owners, for executives. That is the name of the certificate that you're going to get when you graduate. Physical certificate that you're going to get.
Kirill, thank you very much for today. It was helpful. Definitely.
Thank you,
Well,
Resi.
good use of my time. So you gave me a lot of things to think about and answer some good questions that I had, especially about the movie clips and the avatar.
Yeah.
So it was a good class. I
Yeah.
would have expected nothing less.
It's just, imagine you're like trying to learn the sword master techniques of the ninja or samurai by yourself versus like learning from a teacher, a sensei, you know? So like, even if you have that same you know, tool, the teacher can teach you how to use it better, faster, and with more impact. So I hope you join the certificate program. And Resi, I really, really appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much. Pass along the message to everybody else that, you know, watches this video in the future.
Of course.
Thank you sincerely.